This video is going to be a fairly cursory quick start guide for how to jump in and just start using Relief Maker. The first thing that you'll need to be able to use Relief Maker successfully is some 3D models that you want to make a relief of. So you can go and actually download some 3D models for free on the Relief Maker website. If you go to Resources, Free 3D Models, you'll have access to all kinds of models from fish stuff to people, statues, plants, all kinds of stuff. And in this case, we have chosen to create a relief of 2 skulls. So the first thing that we're going to do is click Add Asset. And then we're going to find the 3D models that we want. And we're going to go ahead and click Open. In this case, we've opened a skull for a chimp and a wolf. Now, the first thing that you might want to do is position these. And when we say position, we're positioning them with respect to this big pink box. That's called the view frustum. And anything inside the pink box is going to be in the relief, and anything outside the box is going to be ignored. So there's our high-level boundary. And the boundary is determined by the width and height chosen down here. We'll leave it at 1K, which will mean a square for now. We want to rotate some of these things, so we're going to hold down our left mouse button and start rotating the model. And so maybe something like that. And then we want to rotate this guy, maybe to look the other direction, something interesting. And we want the skull of the ape to be in front of the skull of the wolf. So we're going to hold down Alt, and then we're going to left click and hold, and we can bring him forward. After bringing him forward, he's a little too big, so we want to mouse wheel down to make him smaller, or mouse wheel up to make him bigger. Maybe something like that. And then we're going to do the same thing for this guy in the back. We'll click him, mouse wheel in to make him bigger. And now we have 2 things that look kind of cool in front of each other. Let's go ahead and generate relief. The relief type that we've chosen is raised. That's going to be 95% of reliefs out there, so I suggest not worrying about that right now and just leave it at raised. And the big thing that you need to know here is that you need to mess with the max angle. High max angles make more prominent reliefs that are more suitable for things like wood carvings. Low max angles, for example, 25. When we make a relief of those things, they're more suitable for things like coins. You can change your material visualization by clicking this little button here, choosing a material that looks good for whatever you're doing. And once we have our relief, the things under relief settings are things that are only viewable once you generate. Post-processes are viewable after you generate. And so here, don't worry about form and mid for now, just worry about the fine detail slider. If you slide that guy up, you can see you start to capture a lot of that detail back that was lost when we changed the max angle a little bit down. At this point, we may need a higher resolution. We can just click 2K, generate relief again, and we get a little bit higher resolution there. If we want to switch back and forth between the relief results and the relief camera where we do the layout, click relief camera here. And we can make changes at any time. Maybe we want these guys to be looking in the same direction, commiserating with each other. We can now click relief result again. It'll automatically generate the relief, or we could generate it down here. And there we go. Simple as pie. When we're ready to do something with this relief, we can file, export, and we can choose lots of different formats, 3D, formats, OBJ, STL, and STEP. We can use 2D formats like EXR, PFM, PNG, or TIFF. And just depending on your downstream, how you're going to consume it, you would pick whichever one you want there. This is the quickest possible quick start into Relief Maker. Go into raised, add an asset, generate relief, play with your max angle until it's the kind of relief that you want, and then mess with the fine slider a little bit until you're getting the results that you like. Pick a resolution, you may have to regenerate after, and then export it, and that's it. There's tons more tutorials that go into way more depth than this on the Relief Maker website. So if you're interested and you're just starting your Relief Maker journey, make sure to check those out.